Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the skyscraper technique. Just like in the X-wing technique, it is a single-digit technique. In fact, it can be considered a variant of the X-wing, and like it, we can find it in both rows and columns. Let's look at an example of each case. In this first example, we are going to analyze a skyscraper with 5 rows. If you look at row 1 and row 9, we will find 2 candidates or complementary candidates in each row. I will color them green so you can see them better. Additionally, they coincide in a column, in this case in the second column, but not in the other. Let's look at the 2 options we have. In the first option, the 5 could go here. If a 5 goes here, a 5 could not go here, so another 5 would have to go here.
The other option is that the 5 comes here.
As you can see, in both options, there will definitely be a 5, either here or here. If the 5 were to come here, there couldn't be a candidate 5 here or here. Of course, not here either, nor here. The other option is for the 5 to come here. If the 5 comes here, neither here nor here could there be any candidate 5. We cannot know in which of the 2 places the 5 will come, but in both cases we will be able to eliminate certain candidates.
In this case, I am going to color in orange.
The candidates we could eliminate. As if you notice, those candidates will be able to be eliminated.
In this example, we are going to analyze a skyscraper of 3s in columns. If you look at column 5 and column 7, we find a pair of 3s that also coincide in row 9. I will color it green so you can see it better.
We have 2 options. One of them is that the 3 goes here.
The other option is for the 3 to go here. If you notice, if the 3 goes here, no 3 can go here. So the 3 will go here. We cannot determine in which squares the number 3 will go, but we can eliminate all the candidate 3s from the squares that are under the mutual influence of these 2 squares. I have colored it orange so you can see it better.
And now we can proceed to eliminate the candidate 3s from these 2 cells.
Now let's see if you can find the skyscraper hidden in this Sudoku. You can pause the video and take as much time as you need. I'll give you a hint. It's a skyscraper of 6s. I'm sure you found it already, right? If you look at column 1 and column 5, there can only be 2 candidate 6s, which also align in this row. We have a skyscraper of columns. I'm going to mark the 6s to make it clearer. We don't know where the 6s will go, but we do know that either here or here there will be a 6. So we can eliminate the candidate 6s from all the cells under their influence. In this case, we could eliminate from here and here.
Very well, now we have 2 candidates to continue with our Sudoku.
Now let's see if you can find the hidden skyscraper in this Sudoku. Remember that you can pause the video and take as much time as you need. I'll give you a hint. It's a skyscraper of 4s. I'm sure you've already found it, right? If you look in row 1 and row 7, there are only 2 possible candidates for 4, which also coincide in column 1. We found a row Sudoku. I'm going to mark it so it's a little clearer. If you notice, we know that either here or here a number 4 has to go, so we can eliminate the candidates that are under the mutual influence of these two cells. In this case, we could eliminate this candidate 4.
And this candidate 4.
Now let's see if you can find the skyscraper in this Sudoku. Remember that you can pause the video and take as much time as you need. I'll give you a hint. It's a skyscraper of 5s. I'm sure you've already found it. I will mark it so it can be seen a little better. If you notice, in this row and in this row, there are only 2 possible candidate 5s, which also coincide in this column. We have found a skyscraper of rows. We can eliminate all candidates that are under the mutual influence of these 2 cells. In this case, we could eliminate this candidate. Now let's see if you can find the skyscraper in this Sudoku. Remember that you can pause the video and take as much time as you need. I'll give you a hint. It's a skyscraper of 6s. I'm sure you've already found it, right? If you look in the 6th and 7th columns, the 6s can only go in 2 positions. I'm going to mark it to see it better. Which also coincide in this row. Therefore, we can eliminate all 6 candidates that remain under the influence of these 2 cells. In this case, we would eliminate this one, and this one. Now, it's your turn. See if you can find the skyscraper in this Sudoku. You can pause the video as long as you need.
I'll give you a hint. It's a skyscraper of 2s.
I'm sure you found it already, right? If you look in column 1 and column 6, the 2s can only go in 2 positions, which also coincide in this row. I'm going to mark it so you can see it a little better. It's a column Sudoku, so we can proceed to eliminate the candidates that are under the mutual influence of these 2 cells. In this case, we could eliminate these 2 here and these 2 here. If you notice, we have found 2 unique candidates with which to continue our Sudoku. And now let's see if you can find the 2 skyscrapers in this Sudoku. You can pause the video for as long as you need. I'll give you a hint. It's a skyscraper of 1s and a skyscraper of 3s. I'm sure you've already found them, right? If you look in row 4. Yet in row 7, the 1s can only go in 2 positions that also align in this column. I will mark it so it's clearer. Moreover, in column 5 and column 9, the 3s can only go in 2 positions, which also coincide in this row. I will mark it as well to make it clearer. Now we can proceed to eliminate the ones that are under the mutual influence of these 2 cells, which in this case would be this one, and this one. And we can also proceed to eliminate the 3s that are under the mutual influence of these 2 cells. In this case, it would be these 3s. And the best way to find them is by looking for pairs of candidates or complementary candidates in the different rows and columns. For example, look at this Sudoku. If you notice, in the 2nd row, there are only 2 candidate 4s or complementary candidates. I have to find another row where there are 2 candidate 4s, and that also coincide in a column. If you notice in row 9, there are also 2 candidate 4s, and they also coincide in this column, glow, in column 8. I will mark it so you can see it better. We have found a skyscraper of rows, and it will allow us to eliminate the candidate 4, which is under the influence of these 2 cells, in this case, this candidate. Or you can say, it is not difficult to find the skyscrapers if you know what to look for, and they will appear in many Sudokus. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you in the next Sudoku.